Hello and welcome to a review of the LEGO Outback set, Amazon Crossing. This set, as well as the entire Outback sub-theme of LEGO Town, is released in 1997, and it is basically like a bit of a more rustic take on LEGO Town, outdoorsy, Australia kind of vibes, off-roaders, deserts, wild animals, hunting, like all that crazy stuff on the old Outback. I guess that's why it's called that. And this set is interesting because it's a piece of terrain. Lego in the old days didn't really do that often, including a piece of what is supposed to be an organic part of the earth as the main build, or even a big part of the build at all in many Lego sets, especially in like the more fantastical themes like castle and space. You'd get space bases every once in a while, castle, all those castle buildings, maybe the Forest Men would have something like that. But in terms of town and city, this is like a little patch of outdoors, not the kind of thing you'd see, which is cool and definitely differentiates the Outback, especially considering how kind of unique of a location this is and the brutal nature of the whole thing with this bush piece and like, of course, the bones. The skull is a classic Lego piece. I feel like it was introduced in 1995, I believe. And the skeleton is kind of a silly cartoon thing, but alongside these like horn pieces, like, it's like vulture bones like that. Like, it's kind of hardcore, like kind of epic. Like, I don't know. It's pretty ballsy inclusion, but I really appreciate it. To look at the set itself, the main contents is this bridge that in the instructions, they kind of tell you to make off kilter, so because these are bendy elements, but it's a bit of a rough bridge, rough terrain. And you've got the a little vehicle kind of similar to the Outback Racer, similar colors and everything, although it does not have that set's stickers. And the idea is that it can go across the whole bumpy terrain, and that's nice. And there's an additional play element with this crocodile, lifted from the Lego Pirates series. And he as a foe, a bit of a danger to the Outback dudes. There's also supposed to be a string here that is tied to a clip, just to kind of add to like the rescue feel of it. Because there's definitely that's part of the theme where like, trying to help people that are like in these kind of unsafe, dangerous environments. The minifigure I have here is not actually from the set, but I thought he fit in really well. He's from some other set. Although this part is, I do like him. The actual minifigure that came with the set was kind of weak, just like a normal person wearing the green jacket design that was in a lot of sets at the time. The terrain itself is pretty basic. If you remove the bridge, it's easier to kind of tell that this is just one big piece that's kind of making the majority of this. And the much detested medium ugly rock piece does. It contains a lot of the detail. Surprisingly enough, it is only secured via, I think, like 2 studs, or the very few studs, which is interesting because it's just kind of stuck there. And this is one of those sets that makes me kind of sympathize with the Lego fans who thought the builds were getting too simple, because there's definitely something lacking in this set, specifically with a lot of the detail being taken up by this giant piece, these large plates that don't have anything on them, and there's some basic instruction. This thing goes together very, very quickly. I cannot get this bridge piece back in. I'm trying. It's like, oh, there we go. And I definitely sympathize with that, but I think the play pattern, especially with the crocodile and the chaotic nature it adds, is very fun. You can, the crocodile itself can hold a bar connection, which is really great. You can put it on the bridge right there, or on top of the antenna or the weapons that are on this little racer thing. And I just think it's a lot of fun. It's a perfect addition to the set, and very dynamic. It's I don't know, it works really well, especially considering it's Amazon Crossing. So it's the idea is maybe that you can stick him under there and you're trying to go there, don't wake up the crocodile. Then maybe, and then he comes out and he does crocodile things like that. So the other main component of the set is this little racer, or this little off-road vehicle, I guess. It's interesting because it's a bit longer than Lego Town vehicles typically tend to be, with this base piece extended a little bit. It's pretty cool. I do like the suspension in the wheels. It definitely helps fit the vibe, and like, you know, with the it helps support the whole rickety bridge idea with it going all around. Yeah, it's pretty flat. You know, there's this this brick tall line that goes throughout it without being changed. There's like definitely a fun simplicity to that, but it's not the most dynamic build in the world. I do really like this part, this sort of tool bed where you have a pickaxe, and for a Lego gun, almost shockingly, a gun, like a rifle. I like, you know, most of the time you don't even suggest that there's bad guys in Lego Town, but this one, like, oh my god, he's about to shoot this poor crocodile. There's also a fire extinguisher, which the set recommends you include as 2 little pieces here. The antenna does fall off a lot. I do kind of like it. It's almost like this is an RC car. It also has a camera piece, so it's pretty decked out with accessories, and albeit not to the extent that an adventure set or a western set would be, but it's got plenty, and it, you know, they work a lot, especially considering that the set would only have 1 minifigure. The set opens up with this sort of finger joint roof piece. Pretty good stuff. I do like how the suspension and the weight of the whole thing kind of makes it so it feels like it's slanting forward. That's a really cool thing about it. But that's all the oh, and there's a gray parrot. Yay. You know, this set does inherit a little bit from Western and a little bit from Pirates. It's kind of interesting, the sort of fusions Lego Town would get, you know, like, especially considering, like, I mean, not especially considering, like, Extreme Team is kind of like Town with a few elements of space in it. So this is kind of Town with some elements of Western and some elements of Pirates in it, which is pretty cool, pretty cool. I guess that's all there is to say about the set. It's very simple. But it's a lot of fun, and I enjoyed building it, and I guess it's very unique. It's a good one. Thanks for watching.